bodybuilding update. So recently I've been getting excited thinking about preparing for and competing in, and hopefully winning for my weight category, the Belarusian Championship tournament, which I assume is the same time as last year, but I gotta look it up to make sure that it is. That would be in the middle of April. But lately, and I never got around to making a video on this, but you can only do so much. It may sound pathetic, but I think that in the last couple months, walking to and from class and between classes for a total of about 2.5 hours each day, not that it really makes a difference, but in the snow, in the cold, I really don't think that matters much, but I do think the duration of walking, and I'm walking pretty fast, like walking to class I'm going pretty fast, walking back from class I'm relaxed. Yeah, about 2.5 hours of walking each day did take some energy out of me. And now I'm not saying that I can't handle 2.5 hours of walking, but when you have 2.5 hours of walking, and you have medical school, and you gotta study for medical school, and then you go to boxing, and then you go to the gym, that's a lot of stuff that all adds up. Some people try to say, like, oh yeah, working out makes you more refreshed, you'll have more energy to study. Like, that is true sometimes. That is true, up to a point. But once you pass a certain point, where you're just pushing your body to do too much, it simply adds to your tiredness and your exhaustion. Now, I certainly could become exhausted if I weren't so obsessed with not becoming exhausted and managing my life. I've been exhausted in the past. I don't want to be exhausted again. It doesn't feel good. It's not healthy. I don't want it. So I do my best to do everything in the amounts that my body can handle. So for the last couple months, I have not been doing much bodybuilding. I really have not been doing much bodybuilding for the last 6 months. I do also believe that our bodies need a break, and they need this kind of thing. I don't know what to call it, but you cannot go pedal to the metal, balls to the walls every day of the whole year. You need to go balls to the wall sometimes, and you need to go ass to the couch sometimes. Now, not that I sit on the couch too much, but the point is you need to relax. And I do think that, it's very beneficial, because you may get away with it today. You may get away with it tomorrow. You may get away with it next month. You may get away with it next year. But you keep pushing yourself too much, and your body's going to give out one day, or your mind will give out. Like, there's so many people in life that have, burnout. I think it's funny how there's someone that everyone in my family knows that burnt out as a surgeon when he was, 55 years old or so, or 50 years old. I don't know, it's been a while. Probably he was like 50 years old at the time. Early 50s. And people used to multiple people in my family would tell me, so-and-so worked a full-time job and went to medical school. It's like, well, so-and-so also got addicted to drugs, sex, lost his wife, lost his house, got his whole life destroyed, lost his medical license. Yeah, sounds like a great incentivizing person that I should model myself after. Because so-and-so did it, I should, I've got good parents. They don't try to convince me to do too much. Not that it matters what my parents want now. I'm 25 years old. I do what I want. Even when I was younger, I'm not going to mention the examples in this video, but at my time at university, I had health problems. I knew what I needed to do. I did it. I didn't ask anybody. But yeah, you can only take so much. And what's funny is, like, we learned in one of our classes the other day that, like, chronic fatigue does not go away with a day or two of rest. And that's very true. If you abuse your body for years, and most people don't realize this, but most people take stimulants. Most people abuse stimulants. Most people abuse coffee, caffeine, energy drinks, whatever their source of caffeine is, and nicotine. And you may think, but it's just coffee, it's just... I notice, and this is also just logical and factual, but I'll give an example. There was a little time period, about a month or so ago, where I experimented with drinking drinking coffee. I wasn't drinking like any coffee. This was like a month or two ago, actually. And then I experimented with tossing in some salbutamol on top of that. Not too much. I don't know, maybe 1 milligram a day, 2 milligrams a day. 1 coffee, maybe 2. But usually it was like half a coffee, then 1 coffee. So like 1.5 coffees with 1 to 1.5 milligrams of salbutamol some days. And that did give me more energy. It did allow me to push harder, stay up more, study more, work out more, do more boxing and stuff. But I noticed that I also decided I was going to stop taking that stuff. But I noticed that I was just getting tired. Like, I could take this stuff, I could do well, but I could feel that my body, like, you don't get something from nothing. That energy does not come out of nowhere. You're stealing it from your future. You want to drink 3 coffees today and have more energy? Well, tomorrow you're going to have less. Now, maybe you sleep 3 hours more, and you have the same amount of energy the next day as you would have if you didn't do that stuff. But if you didn't do that stuff, you wouldn't need 3 hours more of sleep. Point is, you do not get something from nothing. And our bodies can only take so much. So I have not been doing very much bodybuilding, maybe 1 to 2 days per week. And I have not been doing chest because I still have this partial pec tear that I got 2.5 years ago, stretching in my doorway. Like, talk about ironic injuries. Like, people think you're going to get injured in the gym, I've been injured wrestling. People think you're going to get injured all sorts of ways, but they don't think you're going to get injured stretching. I did. Still hasn't healed. I gave it months off last year. Trying that again. And like the other day I went to the gym and I did deadlifts, and then I did, what did I do? Can I describe? I gotta remember what I did, and then I gotta describe it. Okay, so I grabbed, I don't know, they were like 5 or 6 kilo dumbbells. I know, super light, and I just went like, so I was trying to work the upper outer part of my chest and my anterior delts. And then I grabbed just the barbell and did behind the head presses. Just trying to strengthen smaller components. People focus a lot on doing like the bench press, the deadlifts, the curls, the this, the that. Those are great. Those are your main foundation. But especially once you become more advanced, but actually I think you should toss these in from the beginning, you gotta work on the other stuff as well that holds you together, that needs to be strong for your main muscles to work. I guess you could call them your supporting muscles, and tendons, and ligaments. So a lot of times nowadays when I go into the gym, I just do random movements. I'm not thinking, oh, now I should do a fly or a lateral raise or whatever. I'm like, this part of me feels like it needs some more. This feels like it's getting that, so I'm gonna do that. Or, I don't know. Usually it's in this area for me, because this is my trouble area. I got a lot of injuries, but the other ones I can't work on so much. I mean, I do work on them, but yeah. I do a lot of just weird stuff in the gym. It's hard to even remember what I do. But I use a lot of light weights, and I'm just working on strengthening things, healing little injuries, healing bigger injuries. Can't heal some of the bigger ones. It's ironic, like, I have a messed up back, one of the vertebrae is like that. And I can do deadlifts, and I can even do squats. I've been avoiding doing squats because they can make it worse. They don't tend to, but common sense is your back is pretty messed up. It's probably a good idea not to do squats or deadlifts, but it's like the deadlifts, I really shouldn't do them, but it's hard not to do them. But they don't make me feel bad, so I still have done them a bit. Squats I have not done for maybe twice in the last several months. But yeah, it's hard. I got a partially torn pec, I got a messed up back, got a messed up lower back, got a messed up neck. Luckily, it seems like my partially torn bicep tendon is finally healed, but I haven't been working out that much. So who knows, maybe if I go back to working out as usual. Actually, what really hurt it, and I have not been doing this, is wrestling. Like when I would grab guys' legs, like when I'd go for a takedown, and they would sprawl, holding onto their legs, hurt my bicep tendons. But I have not been wrestling because my back is messed up. I've been boxing, which ironically was able to mess up my chest more, but I've been going to physical therapy a lot. So actually, you could say that I've been doing my own in the gym physical therapy, and I've been going to like a physical therapist, chiropractor, massagist type person. So overall, I've been focused on rest and recovery, because I am going to do this bodybuilding competition. I am going to have injuries. I think a lot of people have injuries, but the reality of it is, you have injuries, and if you want to do these things, you gotta just, forget about them. Yeah, I know ideally you fix them, but life's not that simple. So I'm gonna do the bodybuilding competition. I'm still gonna have a partially torn pec that never seems to heal. I'm still gonna have a messed up back. Yeah. But I'm going to work out hard, and I look plenty good. I could just lose some weight, make sure I'm working out to glycogenate my muscles, because when you don't work out, your muscles hold less glycogen. I have what I need, but I do want to work out hard before the competition to get everything pumped up, and I gotta lose weight. That's the number one thing. So yeah, soon will come the time for losing weight and pumping up. Hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Check out my other videos. If you got any questions, write them in the comments.